Bree here. So, I don't know if you know this, but I love going to conventions. And there's a local one called VisionCon, which this year they did a flash fiction contest, which was they gave us a prompt and we had to submit a short story that was 1,000 words or less. And this year I've kind of been wanting to work on improving my writing because I want to be a writer. So I decided that this would be a great opportunity. So the prompt that we were given was, you don't know what you do for a living. You get in the car on Monday, then black out until you're in your driveway on Friday with $10,000. So I did not win, but I did get in the top 5, which at the convention, the top 5 were going to be voted on by congoers to decide who was the reader's choice. But because of everything with the coronavirus, the con has been canceled or postponed. They haven't really announced what's going to happen with it yet, which I understand why they had to do it, and I definitely think they made the right call, but it is disappointing. And I'm sure they're still going to do something with this contest, but I don't want to wait to share what I wrote. So I thought that I would do a dramatic reading of my contest entry. I do want to preface it with, I wrote this in one night. And no, I did not purposely wait until the last minute to do this. I actually started fairly early on. I worked on it for several weeks and then submitted it, I think the day before the deadline, and then got an email back saying, we think you misread it, because I could have sworn it said 10,000 words. Like, I even double checked because I thought that sounded like a lot for a flash fiction contest. But I was like, no, that definitely says 10,000. I don't know where I got that. So, put a lot of work into it, and I think turned out a pretty good finished product, but it did not meet the qualifications for the contest. But the people at VisionCon were really great. They felt really bad for me, so they were like, we'll give you a day extension to try to redo it at 1,000 words. It is called Messages from an Unknown Soul. How do you define who you are? I'm not trying to be deep here. I'm talking surface level. If someone were to ask you, who are you, how would you respond? Teacher? Lawyer? Professional wizard? Or if you aren't employed, maybe you'd answer something like student or drifter or writer. There's always some kind of label to assign yourself though, right? Even if it isn't necessarily the one you want. So now you inevitably want to ask me the same question, don't you? Well, therein lies the problem. You see, my name's Anna Williams, and I don't know what I am. I know. Aren't I a little young to be having an identity crisis? I mean, I'm only 23 years old. But that's not exactly it. I mean, I know who I am 2 days out of the week. It's the other 5 that are the problem. Let me start at the beginning. I went to one of those career fair things and put my name and phone number down at various booths. I didn't find it strange that I didn't remember what all booths I visited. I had just wanted to be able to pay rent, and I wasn't being especially picky about it. What I did find strange was that I also didn't remember what happened for the rest of the day. I woke up the next morning with half a day unaccounted for, and a sticky note on my mirror that read, in my handwriting, got a job, be in the parking lot Monday at 8 o'clock. I know, weird, right? It gets weirder. So, Monday rolled around, and I decided what the hell, and followed the instructions that I didn't remember leaving myself. I walked out to the parking lot of my apartment at 8 o'clock, and then next thing I knew, the sun was setting. I checked my phone because what else would a confused millennial do, and got the biggest shock of my life when I saw that it was 5 o'clock on Friday. A whole week had passed, and I didn't remember any of it. And for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to do the same thing the next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. What is wrong with me, you ask? Well, I should probably mention that when I'm left in front of my apartment on Friday afternoon, I'm holding a briefcase with $10,000 in it. See the appeal now? Now, I was taught to never question a good thing, but I don't think my mother was thinking of a scenario quite like this when she told me that. I mean, not having any idea what I did for a living, not having any memory of 5 days out of the week, that was a lot, even for the payoff of 10 grand a week. And then the note started. I began finding small, folded up pieces of paper in my socks. The paper usually looked as though it had been torn from something larger, and it would have a few words hastily scrawled on it in my handwriting. The first note came the third Friday after starting the job. Please try to remember. I was a little irritated at myself at that. Did I not think I wanted to remember? Did I not remember just how unsettled I felt every weekend? If it were as simple as trying, I would have remembered something by now. Then the next week, I found another note. Need to tell people. People will die. End of this year. They want to avoid panic, but people need to be ready. I stared at the note for a good long while, but I didn't do anything about it. I didn't understand, and no one would believe me anyway. Week 5. People need to know. Things are in motion, they can't stop it. People need to be prepared. I don't have details, but if you tell enough people, the questions will get loud enough. They won't have a choice but to answer. It's our only chance. I still didn't say anything. I felt guilty as hell, but what was the use? I didn't need people looking at me like I was some kind of mad woman. And then this week. What are you waiting for? What does it matter what they think if there's even a chance? Give them that chance. Save lives. Please. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't know who I am to be telling you this. I don't know who I am that you should believe me. But I'll tell you what I do know about who I am. I am sure that something is going down this year. I am sure that whatever this thing is, it scares the hell out of me. I am sure that I'd really rather not be talking to you about it right now. But I'm also sure that living in fear won't get us anywhere. I'm sorry for not saying anything sooner. I'm sorry for getting so caught up in my own life that I didn't put as much value on yours. I just didn't let myself stop and think about what would be lost. And I realize now how wrong it was of me to gamble your lives like that. I'm trying to make up for it now. I hope you can forgive me. So how do I define who I am? I'm someone desperate to save lives. And I hope that's enough to get you to listen to me. Well, there you have it. Thank you for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed my little short story. If you want to hear the original one I wrote that was 10,000 words long, let me know and I'll do a reading of that as well. Obviously, it'll be a lot longer and I won't do the dramatic reenactment along with it because that would be way too much. But if there's enough interest, I'll definitely read it for you guys. So, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and again, thanks for watching, guys.